Welcome back to my channel for another video. Today's video is going to be one on the homeschooling front, the homeschool side of things. Here I share a lot of things with you all, including my newest journey, which is our journey to living a more simple, slow, minimalist life. So I've been sharing a lot of that with you lately, but today's video is a bonus video for the week. I don't typically do 2 videos every week, but this one called for it and you guys have requested it. This video is in collaboration with Yasmin over at Mommy on the Move, so I will link her channel in the description down below. What is special about this collab is that there are so many mamas that will be answering your questions in regards to IEW. Now, IEW is a homeschooling publishing company. They have so many resources for us homeschool moms. And the one I want to talk about specifically today is Phonetic Zoo. Now, this is how I currently teach spelling in our homeschool. So some of you have asked for this video. This is a new thing to our family. This is a new way of teaching spelling in our home. In the past, we have been very much more a traditional list style family when it comes to spelling, but alas, things change, right? It happens. Things change, things shift. So that has brought us to Phonetic Zoo from IEW. So that's what today's video is all about. Thank you, Yasmin, for creating this collab for us. If you have any questions on anything IEW, there is a whole list of mamas who are sharing and partnering in this video. So be sure and click that link in the description box down below if you're interested in learning more about IEW and how other homeschool moms use it to fit their family. So to touch on spelling, we are using Phonetic Zoo in our home this year. We are using level A. What I want to share with you is really the simplicity of this program. And at first it didn't feel that way. At first, when I was looking at the things, I'm like, there's too many moving parts and pieces. Can we just do the traditional list style approach to spelling? Like, that's what we've done. It's worked with a few of my kiddos. Can we just stick to that? But so far, I am really enjoying, and my boys are really enjoying how different Phonetic Zoo really is, and the way that they teach spelling and the way that the memorization works and the repetition. Spelling is something that we do 4 days a week in our homeschool. So this is something that we stick to. A lot of times with many different subjects, it might not be something we do necessarily every day, but with spelling, this is something we do every day. Phonetic Zoo from IEW, you get these spelling zoo cards, and on each spelling zoo card, let me just give you a rundown of how the program works. There are cards for 47 lessons in this program, and now with each card, so on the back, this is an example, okay? If you're curious how IEW works for spelling and what it looks like, I'm gonna lay it out for you. The first vowel talks, so there's a jingle that goes with every single rule, and that's what these cards are for. These are just for your kids to hold and practice, and I'm kind of going about this a little bit backwards. I should probably lay it out from the beginning. But hopefully you gather what I'm saying. I just want to share these with you first because they're more of like the manipulative side of things with the spelling. So the rule, jingle, or hint that goes along with each rule that they're teaching. Right now we're working on I before E, except after C, are obviously jailbreakers to that rule. And you will learn about that as you're doing the lessons. Little jingle on the back of the card for your kid to just pack with them when they're out playing around, for you to review with them before you prepare for spelling, just at any given point in time in your homeschool day that you want to spend a few minutes reviewing the rules for each concept that's being taught in the new lesson. Now, how does this work? You might be asking, how does this work? Now that I gave you the cards, you're like, okay, great, but how do we use those? So this is what came with our kit from IEW. We have the Phonetic Zoo teacher's notes. I have looked at this very minimally because once I look at it, I kind of get the concept and understand how to teach it to the kids. It's very simple. It's very basic. My boys, 2 of my boys are doing spelling. They can complete spelling within 10 minutes, like 10 minutes, that's it. And it's very little intervening on my part. It's very independent and it's meant to be independent. Now, they do recommend each of your children doing the spelling on their own and being separate, but my boys do just fine sitting on the couch with their notebooks, which are these right here. These are just the 5-star flex binders. I share these all the time. I just have this, these are their spelling notebooks. When you purchase the Phonetic Zoo kit, it comes with the audio files that your child is going to listen to. So there is a quick, sometimes 2, sometimes 5-minute jingle, that one I just shared with you, that jingle is on an audio file that you will play for your child. So they're going to listen to the audio file. You can do it on your phone. Our kit also came with discs, with CDs. So you could put that into a CD player if that works better for your family. I just have them on my phone. So when the boys are ready for spelling, I pull up the file. It's all downloaded on my phone. I pull up that file and they're able to just listen to it. If we had a CD player, we would probably use the discs. My laptop doesn't have a spot to insert discs, so those don't serve our family at this point in time with the situation that we are in. So I just use the audio file on my phone and they listen to it that way, and they listen to it together right here in the living room on the couch, and it works great for them. They each sit and listen to this file being spoken to them. With our kit came all of these flashcards. Okay, they're on a cute little ring and they are super convenient and I love them. On the back of this card, you have A, B, and C. We are doing level A. So the spelling words my boys are going to do are going to be these level A. Those are their spelling words. So what's gonna happen on that audio file is he's going to read the rule or jingle or hint that applies to the level that you are doing for that current lesson, okay? It sounds like a lot, guys, but I promise you it's not. For level A, he's going to read them the jingle, okay? That's the very beginning of the audio file that you will play for your children. And again, this takes 5-10 minutes tops. So don't let everything I'm sharing overwhelm you. I promise you, this is awesome. He will read the words to them. Your child is just going to sit and write down in their notebook all the words that are being read to them. Here is an example. You number your paper from 1 to 15. Every day, you open up your file, you number your paper 1 to 15. You're going to pull up the file. Andrew Poudwa is going to read the spelling rule, and then he's going to read each word out loud to you. You can also read them to your children if you prefer to do it that way, but I love turning on the file and just letting Andrew Poudwa do the talking. So I turn that on. He repeats the rule a couple times as he's giving them their words. You are going to let them grade it. You can grade it either way. We have a rule in our home: if you miss the word, you're gonna write it correctly 3 times. My boys will write the ones that they get wrong 3 times. I don't know, I haven't looked in the rule book to see if that's actually the way that it's to be done, but it's how we're doing it. And I think that's helpful sometimes when mamas share the way they do it, because the teacher's manual might say another way, but maybe in your home it works to do it in a way totally different. Like, for instance, the audio file. Maybe it doesn't work and it's not convenient for you to use the audio file, but maybe it is to just read the words to your kids, because you very simply can do this on your own without the audio files. You can read them the rule, jingle, or hint, and then you can read them each word and have them write it down. It's pretty simple either way. You can have an older child do this with your kids. So if you're homeschooling multiple kids and you need to tend to one of your younger kiddos and your older kiddo is free, have them deliver the spelling message to your younger kiddos that are doing spelling. So don't feel like you have to stick to any certain way of doing this. Don't feel like you have to stick to any rhyme or reason of flowing through any curriculum that you happen to be using in your homeschool. But for us personally, we do enjoy using the audio file, and then I let my boys go through and grade it themselves. Again, if they get something wrong, they'll write it correctly 3 times, and the next day, this is where the magic happens, if you want to say. They're going to do the same list until they get 100% twice. That's how we do it. You get 100% once, perfect. We're gonna do the same list again tomorrow. You get 100%, perfect. We'll move on to the next set, to the next lesson, to the next set of words. That's how we do it. I think it might be 3. I think you might have to get 100% 3 times. I don't know. Again, see, I use the teacher's guide loosely. I read it and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna implement this in our home? How are we gonna use it to fit our family and to serve our family? And that is how. So it's very simple. You just do the same words. You do the same words over and over and over until you get 100%. If you get them wrong, I have my child rewrite them 3 times. When you get them all right, we move on. And so far, it's been really crazy, but so far my boys have been spot on with the amount of time that it takes them to do each lesson and get them all right, which is kind of crazy. I can see how in the future it will be beneficial for my boys to do it separately, because one of them might memorize the words before another. So far it's worked out perfect where they are spot on with their 100%. So that's been kind of fun. But you can see, yeah, this is a very simple approach, a very different approach to spelling. And it's a new thing for us in our home. We're really enjoying it. It's going great. It's working better than the traditional list style spelling for one of my kids. I probably wouldn't have given this a shot, but at the beginning of our homeschool year back in August, I was asking over on Instagram before I got locked out. I was taking a poll and asking some of you mamas to help with spelling. Like, I have a struggling speller, help me out. Like, don't even worry about it till high school. Like, it's not a big deal. With boys, sometimes that's typical. There were a lot of suggestions, and one of them was Phonetic Zoo. I think Phonetic Zoo and Spelling Power were the top 2 recommendations from that poll that I took. So I decided to go ahead, since we were already using IEW, decided why not just stick with IEW and go ahead and give their Phonetic Zoo a shot. So this is our first time using it. Like I said, it's very simple, it's very minimal. I'm really enjoying spelling. My boys are enjoying it. Another thing that's pretty cool is sometimes they're actually memorizing the list before Andrew Pudewa will say the next word. They'll already have it memorized. So sometimes they will finish before the audio file actually finishes, which is really cool. So there's a whole science as to how it works and behind the process. I'm looking forward to watching this unfold because it is a very different style than what we've done in the past to spelling. And when it comes to homeschooling and teaching spelling, we've done it so many different ways in our homeschool. We have used All About Spelling, we have used All About Reading, we've used traditional workbooks, we have used just the spelling that goes along with a curriculum, whether it be a Becca or master books. We've used so many different ways to teach spelling in our home, and this is the total different way, and it's been great so far. So thank you, Yasmin, for hosting this collab and inviting me to be along and part of this. If you're interested, again, like I said, in checking out anything else further from IEW, or maybe some mamas who can answer some of your questions, again, there's a link in the description down below for a whole host of mamas who are talking about something specific in IEW or sharing like a do a lesson with us or whatever they happen to be using and loving. Those of you who have asked how I teach spelling in our homeschool, I hope that this video is helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I would be happy to answer. But truly, I know that I took a long time to get around and explain. It's very simple. It's very minimal. They listen to a file that has a rule and their spelling words. They write down the word after Andrew Pudewa speaks it, and 15 spelling words. They go through it every day until they get 100%, and they get 100% twice. They move on to the next thing, the next list, the next rule, whatever it might be. So for us, it's working great. That's how I'm teaching spelling currently in our homeschool. I will see you back on Monday for another video. If you found this video to be helpful or value, encouragement, please give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. And if you have not already, please consider clicking that red subscribe button. I would love to have you here. So we will see you in our next video. Bye.